Hello everyone and welcome to Career Launcher. So in today's class we are going to discuss the Hindu analysis for 26 July 2025, that is Saturday today, and I hope you all are aware that at 8 p.m. we are having the Hindu analysis every day at 8 p.m. taken by Govind sir, but on Saturday I take the class. So am I audible, visible? Is everything fine? If yes, then please write yes. Okay, one more thing I want to ask. Today is 26 July. There is something special today related with Indian military's achievement, Indian Army's achievement. What is that? What is 26 July famous for? Yes, good evening, Adosh. Welcome to the class. Yes. I'm audible, visible. Is everything fine? I think. Please tell me, 26 July is famous for what? Kargil Diwas. Yes, Kargil Vijay Diwas. Okay, good, Adosh. Right. You should write Kargil Vijay Diwas, but ठीक है, Kargil Diwas भी चलेगा. Okay, so 26 July is Kargil Vijay Diwas. So, and in which year Kargil war happened? Yes, Priyanshi and Adosh, you both are right. Yes, good evening, everyone. Good evening. Anirudh, yes, you are also right. In which year Kargil war happened? First. Second thing, please tell me there were two prominent operations, which is actually a previous year question of MH set or SLAT. Somewhere this question was asked, so that's why I'll be discussing. So, Kargil Vijay Diwas, 1999 year, Kargil conflict happened. So basically, Kargil is actually a district in Ladakh Union Territory now. Okay, yes. And in 1999, here the conflict happened. Yes, 1999, very good. Now the question is, there were two prominent operations. This is a previous year question of, I think MH set में पूछे थे या SLAT में, somewhere this question was asked. There was one operation led by military and another operation was led by Indian Air Force. What is the name of? Yes, very good. Good, Priyanshi. Fantastic. So these are the two prominent operations. One is called as Operation Polo, Operation Vijay, and the other is called as Operation Safed Sagar. Okay. So basically, this is what you should know. देखो पहले दिखाता हूँ है ना क्या है then part of the Indian ये लोग ऐसे लिखते हैं write it in Wikipedia, but yes, you should know. So this is LOC, line of control. I hope you are aware this is illegally occupied by Pakistan called as POK. So somewhere here is Kargil district यहाँ पे. So I've made a rough sketch. थोड़ा सा आगे पीछे हो सकता है. Okay. And so there were attacks from somewhere here like this. So roughly I'm making थोड़ा सा like map is something roughly like this. So basically that is what you should know. So Operation Vijay is Indian military's achievement and Operation Safed Sagar is Indian Air Force achievement. And this is a previous year question. That's why I'm telling you. When there's a PYQ, there are chances of getting repeated in some other exam. Okay. So that is what you should be knowing. Okay, fine. So let us begin with today's class. वैसे वो भी class ही का बात था. Let us discuss begin with today's the Hindu analysis. Okay. So this is 26 July. And here is an article, Lok Sabha to take up motion to remove a High Court judge. This we will discuss. In fact, I have decided to actually take a separate class on Tuesday, 3 p.m. on the same YouTube class. Okay. And the resignation of vice president and the election of vice president will also happen. So we will take the class on Monday this 3 p.m. Okay. So that is what first article. The second article is France to officially recognize Palestine as a country. And the third is Mohammad Muizzu, who is a Maldives president, actually received PM Modi and he said thanks India for pivotal role in economic recovery. So we'll discuss these things. Okay. Should we learn about American War of Independence? Yes, Krishi Sachdeva, there have been some questions regarding it, like who drafted US Declaration of Independence. This is a PYQ. Okay, so Thomas Jefferson. So read something about US American independence. थोड़ा सा पढ़िएगा. Okay. So we're talking about this Lok Sabha to take up motion to remove a High Court judge. Now, I hope you are aware. So the removal of a High Court judge can happen only in the Parliament, in either of the two houses, either in Lok Sabha or in Rajya Sabha. Yes. So I'm not discussing this topic in detail. The reason is very simple. Because I will take a separate class on Tuesday 3 p.m. Okay. But I hope you are aware. So we are talking about which High Court judge? The High Court judge. He was actually at that time a Delhi High Court judge, somewhere around in March, April, when fire, we had seen fire in the storeroom where after that, when the fire brigade reached, the fire brigade personnel allegedly found a huge amount of cash, somewhere around 15 crore or something like that. Okay. Yes. So after that, he was transferred back to Allahabad High Court, etc. So this judge is being talked about here. Sir, can you take class on ALED special sessions? Yes, Priyanshi, we will take when we'll do revision session. ठीक है उस टाइम पर आप बताना just before 2 months or 3 months before the examination. So somewhere around in October, November, we will do revision. ठीक है. So you write there, we will discuss at that time. उस वक्त हम लोग revision time पर discuss करेंगे. ठीक है. So last year also we did something like that, which you are asking. So this year also we'll do it. ठीक है. ठीक है. So that is about the removal process of Justice Verma. Okay. And under this, there's a law called as Judges Inquiry Act 1968. So that is the procedure mentioned. And moreover, Constitution also a little bit talks about the process of removal. And that has been further described in Judges Inquiry Act 1968. So we will discuss it in that Tuesday class of 3 p.m. Okay? So I'm not currently explaining it because, of course, there's no meaning to repeat it again and again, the same thing. The next is France will recognize Palestinian state, says Macron. It means basically, देखो actually idea क्या है? देखो France plan to recognize Palestinian state draws fire from Israel and US. So basically, I hope you are aware. So here is India. This is Israel. देखो ये वाला जो है, this is actually called as West Bank. Why West Bank? Because it is on the west bank of Jordan River. This is Gaza. So these two together is called as Palestine. Okay. Now, Palestine is not officially considered as a UN member, UN country. But I think observer वगैरह कुछ है, but they are not actually member. The rest one is the red one which I'm making is Israel, and it is officially recognized as a country. Okay. Now the thing is, so basically, but some countries accept this to be a country, and they believe in the idea of two-state solution. So two-state solution means both Israel and Palestine should exist as an independent country. That is the idea of two-state solution. Because sometimes I have seen this type of question being asked. A two-state solution recently in news is related with what? So the answer would be Israel-Palestine. This you should be knowing about. First thing. Second thing is, does India support the idea of two-state solution? Yes or no? The current government? Anirudh, it depends upon you. अगर आप चाहो तो you can revise all those strategy. I think it depends upon you. Huh? Yes, even today also India supports this two-state solution, right? Even the current government also support the idea of two-state solution. ये पता होना चाहिए कभी-कभी पूछ देते हैं इस तरह question कि India does not support it or something like that. ठीक है, fact. So France has officially decided to accept the Palestine as a country. Okay. During a UN meeting, remember, however, US strongly opposed France move, etc. and all. That is what you should be knowing about. Okay. And now on the first page, there was another article. So PM Modi had recently visited England, where he had done a free trade agreement. Then after that, he visited Maldives. So Maldives तो पता होगा ना, India का south में country यहाँ पे. This is Maldives. What is the capital of Maldives? यहाँ पे Maldives ऐसे थोड़ा सा ऊपर somewhere here you will find लक्षद्वीप है ना. Okay. So basically, Muizzu thanks India for its pivotal role in economic recovery. Pivotal means a very important role. Mali is the capital. हाँ. So देखो यहाँ पे जाओगे देखो ये group of islands है. This is Mali is the capital. ठीक है. देखो आप देखोगे तो ज़्यादा दूर नहीं. It's not very far from the southern tip of India. Okay. So we're talking about this, and Maldives flourishes on Indian tourists. A lot of Indian tourists go there. Okay. So what happened was, I hope you are aware, basically last year we had seen some friction also. What happened was some of the minister of Mohammad Muizzu's government had commented on PM Modi. After that, there had been some friction, but later on those ministers were removed. Now the things are now better, right? So that's why PM Modi visited there. And I have charted a clear path for future cooperation. Mohammad Muizzu's statement came on PM Modi's 2-day visit. Okay, that is what you should be knowing. He has said, the President Mohammad Muizzu has said that India is the most trusted ally, his first responder role. Okay, that is what is being talked about. Now, but you should know one more thing. Before he became a president, we are talking about before November 2023. So before even the friction of ministers, I mean, before this, before even he became a president, so when he was actually in opposition, India out campaign were carried out. And he was also there, a part of it. That Indian military should actually come out from Maldives and should not be allowed and all. Later on, when he became president, some of his ministers commented adversely on the prime minister. And after that, we had seen some frictions. But later on, things improved. In fact, he was invited to India. He came to India. Then PM Modi was also invited there. So he also visited there. Okay. So I think now the things are comparatively better. That is why our prime minister visited there. Okay. So yeah, आपको पता होना चाहिए. Now, two things. Let me see whether you can answer it or not. So for Maldives, India is important. Why? Because a lot of tourists go there. So their economy is functional on that. But why Maldives is important for India? If I ask this, then what should be the answer? Then why we should continue to have a good relation and we should not unnecessarily be fighting, like something like that. Why the government of India decided to have improved relation with Maldives, even though in the last year we had seen some issues. वजह क्या है? Anyone? थोड़ा सा comment सेंस लगाओ, you will reach it. Send and control Indian Ocean, right? Actually, to counter the China, yes, you can see, Krishi Sachdeva, you're right. Actually, the problem is, I'm sure you must have heard Hamban Tota port. This has been acquired by China. And we have seen Chinese ships being stationed sometimes in Sri Lanka. Yes, China is trying its footprint, right? So the problem is, if, and let's say Mohammad Muizzu, if we will not actually have a good relation, he might go and sit, go close to the China. The problem is, if it becomes, let's say they give one island, मान लो एक island दे दिया, मान लो the China does a deal, and let's say I'm just giving example, one of the island is given to China in a deal. What will be the problem? The problem is this will be against our national security interest, right? Marine security, because of course, let's imagine a Chinese ship or Chinese military navy ship is here. And let's say it has a lot of reconnaissance, it has a lot of different technologies to check the movement of Indian ships. Of course, it is a bad news for us. That is why we should tap this, and it is very important because it is very near to us. So that is why, from a strategic point of view, it is very important that Maldives should not go close to China. This will be a bad news as far as marine security is concerned. That is why, China's string of pearls, right? That is why we need to engage. Even we are engaging with Sri Lanka also. I'm sure the Sri Lankan government has given, I think, some Vibhushan award. I don't exactly remember. कुछ Vibhushan award करके आपने देखा होगा. तो PM Modi also है ना, which is the highest civilian award of Sri Lanka. So why we are dealing with Sri Lanka? Again, the same thing. So that there should not be much Chinese presence, है ना? Yes. Very good, very good. String of pearls, Belt and Road Initiative, right? Priyanshi and Krishi Sachdeva both are right. Okay. So that is why it is very important for us that we can have a Mitra Vibhushan. Good, good. Krishi Sachdeva and Adija. Okay. So that is what we were talking about. So आगे चलते. Let's move on to editorial. Kargil, Pahalgam, and a revamp of security strategy. Kargil, 1999. Pahalgam, recently this year it happened. I hope you are aware. So this is actually Rajiv Agarwal. Mr. Rajiv Agarwal has written. So in the 26th anniversary of Kargil war, yes. So 1999, 26 July, Kargil Vijay Diwas. So plus 26, if you add, it becomes 26 July 2025, which is today. Okay. So क्या बता रहे? So that was fought between the India and Pakistan, the Isa heights of Kashmir, but the memories are still fresh. It was also first live telecast conflict. Yes, basically live telecast in the sense that there are a lot of things that were shown in the media, etc. Victory was hard fought and won through the sheer grit, etc., determination, love, etc., for Bharat and the Indian Armed Forces showed, etc. Okay, so these are the things the author is talking about. All this sounds familiar and similar to what happened recently. तो अभी जो recently Pahalgam terror attack हुआ. So after that, again, Operation Sindoor was carried out from 7th to 10th May. तो ये सब आपको पता होगा, hopefully, I'm sure you are aware of this. Okay, so after if reports, हाँ, अब ये India's BrahMos missile hit Noor Khan base in Pakistan in the foothills of Kirana Hills. इसको पढ़िएगा थोड़ा. It crippled the nuclear weapon strategy storage facility. So Noor Khan base, Kirana Hills, there is a nuclear weapon storage is there, which has been damaged by the BrahMos attack. If Kargil was a watershed moment for India in its conventional fight, Pahalgam had set the bar against any future terror attack. So these are the things being talked about. Okay. Or the context of Kargil war was set up. It may be recalled that India had declared itself to be a nuclear weapon state. ये कब हुआ था? 1998 which operation? Please tell me. PYQ इस तरह का पूछा हुआ है. So India did 1974 operation nuclear weapon was tested, but India did not officially declare. है ना? ये वालों कहते हैं Operation Smiling Buddha. This is a PYQ of CLAT during Indira Gandhi जी टाइम. और ये जो है 1998 वाला Operation Shakti during Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji time. 11th May, if I'm not wrong, 1998. That is why 11th May celebrated as National Technology Day. Yes. Operation Shakti. This is what you should know. Watershed moment कहाँ लिखा हुआ? Watershed moment तो बहुत important moment है किसी के life का. For example, let's say I'll tell you. Let's say you were born. So मान लीजिए you were born in your age is 0. ठीक है. And let's say you are at 60 years of age, and you are talking with someone. Okay. And someone comes and asks you that okay, you are, let's say, a senior advocate in the Supreme Court of India. Let's say I'm just giving example at the age of 60. Someone asks you what is your watershed moment in your life. So you will say I was born in 0 years of age, but in the 18 years, when I became 18 years of age, I qualified the CLAT exam. And after that, things got changed and I became the lawyer. So this is a watershed moment in my life. मेरी जिंदगी का डायरेक्शन चेंज, मतलब in the sense कि एक important event था. That event actually changed everything in my life. ठीक है, so this is called as watershed moment. समझ गए, है ना? Okay, so these are the things being talked about. So the fight against terrorism in Kashmir since 1990 and continuing insurgencies in the northeast led to the strengthening and modernization of India's military. So that is what he's talking, कि improvement in India's military, है ना? Military in the sense की military capabilities. So he's talking about since 1990s we have seen terrorism in Kashmir. So for that the military actually technologies were improved. Even in northeast we have seen insurgency. So ये सब बता रहे हैं वो, ठीक है? So yes, I hope you are aware. When Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji was the prime minister, he had gone to Lahore through bus. He started a bus service. So these are the things being talked about. However, later on we have seen 2011 terror attacks Twin Tower in New York. And there was hardly any support for India's fight against Pakistan terrorism in Kashmir. हाँ, इसके बाद एक और इवेंट हुआ था ये बीच में. हाँ, ये हुआ वाजपेयी बस यात्रा, उसके जस्ट बाद करगिल इंसिडेंट होता है, just later on, I think somewhere. So Mr. Vajpayee did a bus service. He started a bus service, I think. So he himself traveled to Lahore by bus, etc. So that there can be an improved relation, है ना? देखो, also happened in the backdrop लिखा हुआ of India's attempt at a reconciliation, means improved relationship. So India was trying at that time during Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji time to have improved relationship. That is why he traveled on the bus to Lahore. Okay, and it's very famous, है ना? But just after that, the Kargil incident happened and everything was reversed. All the peace initiatives, है ना? उसके बाद फिर क्या हुआ था? 2001 में terror attacks happened in New York. World Trade Center was attacked, etc. Okay, Kargil was therefore a rude wake-up call for India. It was the first war between India and Pakistan after 71. So these are the things. Kargil Review Committee was set up in this regard to give a recommendation. So this Kargil Review Committee also recommended that there should be a post of CDS, Chief of Defense Staff. It was created in, I think, December 2019 only. But it had recommended back then. Okay, so these are the things being talked about. ये हो गया. फिर एक और कुछ एजेंसीज बनाई गई, जैसे डिफेंस इंटेलिजेंस एजेंसी, फिर एक NTR बहुत फेमस है, नेशनल टेक्निकल रिसर्च ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस वेर बीइंग सेट अप. So measures were being strengthened to improved raw and IB agencies, है ना? The National Security Council Secretariat and Joint Intelligence Committee were set up. NSA concept was started. ठीक है? So the concept of National Security Advisor is hardly 25-26 years old. ठीक है? It's not since independence. ऐसा नहीं, National Security Advisor I think अटल बिहारी वाजपेयी जी के टाइम पर फेमस होना शुरू हुआ. हाँ. And I think before that there was no NSA concept. So these are the things being talked about. Then there is a cold start doctrine. This is a doctrine of India's military. Okay. So if it is being attacked by Pakistan, so how to respond? Cold start doctrine of Indian Armed Forces, swift deployment of troops on the western border within the days. If a situation of full-blown war arises, इसको कहते हैं cold start doctrine. अगर कोई war full blown war हो गई तो कितना कम समय में वेस्टर्न बॉर्डर पर सारे मिलिट्री को ट्रूप्स को लगा देना. दैट स्ट्रेटजी इज कॉल्ड एज कोल्ड स्टार डॉक्ट्रिन. ठीक है, ये सब पता होना चाहिए, कभी कभी पूछते हैं सब. ठीक है ना. इट वाज आफ्टर द कंक्लूजन ऑफ ऑपरेशन पराक्रम इन 2002 a military स्टैंड ऑफ बिटवीन, अच्छा, इंडिया और पाकिस्तान के बीच एक तरह का स्टैंड ऑफ हो गया था, मतलब ऑपरेशन पराक्रम 2002 में भी. ठीक है, स्पेशली आफ्टर द 2001 दिसंबर 2001 terror attacks in parliament, 14 December I think. After that there were also sort of a friction, मतलब stand off मतलब उस टाइप की चीज. ठीक है, so that is what you should be knowing. तो थोड़ा सा ऑपरेशन पराक्रम भी पढ़िएगा, प्लीज रीड दैट. ये हो गया, we are done with this. Key lessons from Kargil are improved weapons, Rafale jets. देखो ये मैंने इसमें डिस्कस किया है, please search this on YouTube, you will get this. If you have not watched it, please watch. And I've discussed this is related in context of Operation Sindoor, etc. ठीक है, okay. So Rafale, Scalp, Harrow drones, Hammer drones, S-400, these were in the news, है ना. Apache helicopter, आपको पता है अभी recently we have got 3 Apache helicopters from America. पता है, ये वाला देखियो, India finally gets first of the three of the 6 Apache helicopters. And who manufactures Apache helicopter? कौन बनाती है? मैन्युफैक्चरर का नाम, कंपनी, which company manufactures Apache helicopters? इंडोन बेस्ड नियर माय हाउस. अच्छा, वही लैंड हुआ था क्या? इंडोन एयर बेस. हाँ, यूएसए बना दी कंपनी, नॉट लॉकहीड मार्टिन. दैट इज व्हाई आई आस्क्ड. मेरे को पता है ऑप्शन में लॉकहीड मार्टिन आएगा, यू विल मार्क दैट. दिस इज द रीजन व्हाई आई हैव आस्क्ड इट, एंड इट इज बॉट फ्रॉम यूएसए. ठीक है, यूएस की और एरोप्लेन मैन्युफैक्चरिंग कंपनी का नाम बताइए. One airplane manufacturing company which was very much in the news in the last 1 month. चलो मैंने इतना हिंट दे दिया. Since it is in the news, Apache जो है ना, हाँ, Boeing, right? Yes. American twin turbo shaft attack helicopter, Boeing का है. Okay. Tail whip landing gear, इसको थोड़ा सा पढ़ लीजिएगा. Provide night vision, थोड़ा बड़ी होती है साइज में, I think. देख लो, एरोप्लेन से लाएगा एंटोनोव. So इसमें से जो ना विंग हटा दिया गया था. So of course you have to remove the wing. That pankha fan, whatever you can say. So after that it is being attached. ठीक है, उसको उसमें से निकाला था. खैर, so these are the things you should be knowing. हाँ, तो बोइंग बनाती है, याद रखिएगा, because अगर if it comes in the exam and you have not read it, you will never mark Boeing, because logic common sense से आप नहीं मार्क करोगे. सोचोगे नहीं लॉकहीड मार्टिन वगैरह को बोइंग का थोड़ी होगा, because ये अग्रीमेंट पहले ही हो चुका था. ठीक है, we had done this agreement. We were actually negotiating this agreement when Donald Trump had come previously. उसी टाइम पर ये सब बात हो रही थी. ठीक है, मतलब ऐसा नहीं होता ना कि सडनली एक दिन उठे और अग्रीमेंट होता है, इट्स अ लॉन्ग ड्रॉन प्रोसेस. ठीक है, सो दैट इज व्हाट यू शुड नो. फाइन, तो ये हो गया अपाची हो गया, और क्या क्या है, चीनूक हेलीकॉप्टर, S-400 वी हैव डिस्कस, ब्रह्मोस वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, वी हैव डिस्कस इन दिस क्लास. ठीक है, ब्रह्मोस पर क्वेश्चन पता नहीं हमको ऐसा फील हो रहा है कि आ जाएगा इस बार. तो लखनऊ में इसका मैन्युफैक्चरिंग फैसिलिटी भी कुछ ओपन हो रहा है ना ब्रह्मोस के बारे में. That is what you should know. Now IC-8414, ये आपने सुना है? I'm sure you must have heard it. So what happened was 1999 December में, just after Kargil. So there was a plane, I think Air India plane, IC-814 was the name of the plane. So it took off from Kathmandu. It was supposed to go to Delhi, but it was captured, like hijacked or something like that. So it was later on, I think, landed in Afghanistan somewhere. However, people were actually rescued by with the help of swapping the people who were arrested, something like that. हाँ, तभी मैं उसमें डिटेल में नहीं जाना हूँ, but yes, you should know something about that. Okay, Operation Parakram, please read. 26/11 terror attack. So I'm sure you must be aware of that. इससे रिलेटेड जो ऑपरेशन उसका नाम बताइएगा. फाइंड आउट, इट्स अ होमवर्क. हाँ, कंदाहार प्लेन हाईजैक, राइट. कृषि सत्य, राइट. हाँ, राइट. Uri terror attack happened in 2016, of course. So in the last 25 years, we have seen a lot of incidents, such type of incidents. Then इसके अलावा ये हो गया. Then Pulwama terror attack on 14th February 2019 again. So after that, a Balakot strike was done on 26 February 2019. इसमें ऑपरेशन का नाम बताना. ये ऑपरेशन का नाम अगर देखता हूं मैं, पूछते हैं एग्जाम में. नेम ऑफ ऑपरेशन बालाकोट स्ट्राइक. उस ऑपरेशन का नाम बताइए. मैं भी भूल गया. ऑपरेशन और बालाकोट स्ट्राइक. लेट मी चेक. यस, ऑपरेशन बंदर. ऑपरेशन बंदर इट इज कॉल्ड. Why I'm saying because these are asked directly. पुराने वाले उठा के पूछते हैं. एंड 26/11 के लिए जो ऑपरेशन का नाम था, ऑपरेशन नेम ऑपरेशन ब्लैक टॉर्नाडो, एनएसजी की तरफ से ना. ऑपरेशन ब्लैक टॉर्नाडो. ऑपरेशन ब्लैक टॉर्नाडो. सो ब्लैक ड्रेसेस ऑफ एनएसजी. आपने एनएसजी देखा होगा, ब्लैक ब्लैक ड्रेस होता है. तो दैट इज व्हाट यू शुड नो. तो ये सब पता होना चाहिए, ठीक है. Then he's talking about Make in India also, है ना. So these are the things we talked about. So Make in India में जैसे DRDO is working for that, है ना. So specifically, then Hindustan Aeronautics Limited is making Tejas aircraft. ठीक है. So and there are many other private agencies are also making a lot of drones, etc. Even Adani company is also making a lot of defense equipments in India. Okay, let's move on to India-UK free trade agreement. I'm sure you must be aware. We have signed CETA, not CEPA. CEPA we have signed with UAE. है ना, 2022 में. We have signed CETA, Comprehensive Economic and Trade Agreement with UK, है ना. So while UK has agreed to provide 90% duty free at 99% of its tariff, it has been more conservative when it comes to movement of professionals. It was मतलब होता क्या, फ्री ट्रेड अग्रीमेंट क्या होता है बेसिकली. दैट ओके, इन एक शॉर्ट में बताते हैं. If I will be exporting my product, you should not put import duty, and if you will be exporting your product, I will not be putting import duty, है ना. मतलब यहाँ इंपोर्ट ड्यूटी और यहाँ से आते हुए प्रोडक्ट का इंपोर्ट ड्यूटी रिड्यूस कर दिया जाएगा, जीरो ऑलमोस्ट कर दिया जाएगा. दैट इज फ्री ट्रेड अग्रीमेंट, ठीक है. तो मेनली यही बात हुई, ठीक है. तो हालांकि प्रोफेशनल मतलब बिजनेस में तो चलो ठीक है, अलाउ कर दिए 99%, यूएस हैज एग्रीड टू प्रोवाइड, है ना. लेकिन प्रोफेशनल्स की मूवमेंट में 1800 वीजास फॉर नीश प्रोफेशनल्स रोज सच एज योगा इंस्ट्रक्टर, क्लासिकल म्यूजिशियंस को इतना ही देंगे वीजा. मतलब वीजा में कुछ रिस्ट्रिक्शंस लगाए, ठीक है. दैट इज व्हाट यू शुड बी नोइंग. This was something that India was keen on. So India was interested कि थोड़ा सा और मिल जाता कुछ. On the other hand, India has opened 90% of its tariff line. ठीक है, इन लोगों ने 99% ओपन कर दिया, but India has allowed 90% of tariff line. ठीक है. So for duty free import, it has kept key agriculture such as etc. out of the deal. This is very very important. Why? In fact, इसमें जो डेयरी है, यही वाला रीजन था कि इंडिया डिड नॉट साइन RCEP, रीजनल कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव इकोनॉमिक पार्टनरशिप. India did not sign because of the dairy. कोई बता सकता है क्यों? This is the important aspect. That's why I'm discussing. Anyone? So India ने agree कर दिया 90%, but it has kept key agriculture products such as dairy, apple, oat, edible oil out of the deal. Out of the deal means we are not allowing. We will keep on imposing import duty. हाँ, तो डोमेस्टिक मार्केट, यस. सो हम लोग जो है अपने इंपोर्ट ड्यूटी को इस पर लगाते रहेंगे. वी विल नॉट अलाउ दिस अंडर फ्री ट्रेड अग्रीमेंट. यस, वेरी गुड कृषि सदेवा. हाँ, तो एक्चुअली क्या है मैं बताता हूँ. देखो होता ये एक अग्रीमेंट था RCEP. आई एम श्योर यू मस्ट बी अवेयर. रीजनल कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव इकोनॉमिक पार्टनरशिप. इसमें आसियान कंट्रीज थी, 10 आसियान कंट्रीज प्लस आई थिंक साउथ कोरिया भी था, जापान भी था, एज फार एज आई कुड रिमेंबर ऑस्ट्रेलिया भी था, न्यूजीलैंड भी था. 4 दो और कंट्रीज थी. I think 15 countries were there. I think China was also there. इसमें भी India was talking for many years, but at the last moment we decided not to join. The reason is if we allow free trade agreement, Australia और न्यूजीलैंड का डेयरी फार्मिंग बहुत जबरदस्त है. So dairy farming because one reason is they are developed countries comparatively better. Okay. Second thing is actually वहां जो होती है ना वो टेम्परेट ग्रासलैंड है. आई एम श्योर अगर आपने ज्योग्राफी पढ़ी होगी, एंड टेम्परेट ग्रासलैंड इज गुड फॉर लाइव स्टॉक्स. सो डेयरी फार्मिंग है, वहां की जो कैटल्स हैं उनकी क्वालिटी बहुत अच्छी है, सो दे प्रोवाइड गुड क्वालिटी, लाइक उनका स्टैंडर्ड्स भी अच्छे हैं, मतलब मिल्क प्रोडक्शन में. इफ दे वुड हैव बीन अलाउड एज अ फ्री ट्रेड एग्रीमेंट, दे वुड हैव डिस्ट्रॉयड इंडियाज डेयरी फार्मिंग. और आपको पता है इंडिया हैज द लार्जेस्ट कैटल नंबर्स में, इंडिया में ज्यादा, ऑस्ट्रेलिया न्यूजीलैंड में आबादी के हिसाब से ना, बट इंडिया इज लार्ज कंट्री. सो अगर हम ये कर देंगे तो इंडिया की डोमेस्टिक इंडस्ट्री डेयरी फार्मिंग पूरा डिस्ट्रॉय हो जाएगी. ठीक है, तो समथिंग सिमिलर इज देयर. ऑफ कोर्स वी आर वेरी मच डिपेंडेंट ऑन डेयरी फार्मिंग. ठीक है, तो इंडियन एग्रीकल्चर बहुत ज्यादा प्रॉफिटेबल नहीं, इसलिए आपने देखा होगा, आई एम श्योर कि इंडियन दोज हु आर इंडियन फार्मर्स दे कीप कैटल आल्सो सो दैट दे कैन हैव अ मिल्क एंड सेल इट एंड अर्न मनी. तो उससे होता यह है कि दैट इज व्हाई दीस थिंग्स हैव बीन केप्ट आउट. एप्पल स्पेशली हिमाचल में वहां होते हैं, जम्मू कश्मीर में एक्सेट्रा, एंड ओट्स एंड एडिबल ऑयल्स. So we have realized that if we allow this, then of course our domestic industry will get destroyed. Okay. Similarly, while India has committed to reducing duties on automobile imports by substantial 100%, these are subject. हाँ, मतलब कि ऑटोमोबाइल इंपोर्ट्स में जो ड्यूटीज है हम लोग कम कर देंगे. ठीक है, सो ऑटोमोबाइल्स के जो एक्सपोर्ट्स होने लगेंगे इंग्लैंड से बहुत सारी, है ना, पार्ट्स एटसेट्रा एंड ऑल. So these are the things being talked. एक और जो अक्सर शिकायत रहती थी, so British, the European Union always used to complain to India that you have put a lot of taxes and tariffs on whiskies and scotch. So, but good news for the people who actually love this thing. So now after the free trade agreement, most likely these things will get cheaper after the free trade agreement. You should know it from academic point of view. Okay. Let's move on further. तो ये सब चीजें बात होगी. These are the things being talked about. UK is a major gateway to Europe, which is a much bigger trading partner of India's. अच्छा, अब इंडिया को अलग से ट्रेड डील क्यों करना पड़ा? बिकॉज द रीजन इज नाउ यूरोपियन यूनियन से ब्रिटेन हैज कम आउट, राइट? सो दैट इज व्हाई, अगर पहले क्या होता, पहले यूरोपियन यूनियन से ही डील कर लेते, सब हो जाएगा. बट नाउ वी हैव टू डू अ सेपरेट फ्री ट्रेड एग्रीमेंट बिकॉज ऑफ कोर्स ब्रिटेन इज नो मोर अ पार्ट ऑफ यूरोपियन यूनियन. तो अलग से डील करना हो रहा है ना? दैट इज द आइडिया बिहाइंड दिस. ओके, हाँ, ब्रेक्सिट, राइट प्रिया, हाँ, ब्रेक्सिट के बाद. Now let's talk about the scientists who made mangroves a buzzword. Acha, we had in the beginning of the class I told you that 26 July is Kargil Vijay Diwas. 26 July is also one more day, and that day is, I think, World Mangrove Day. कुछ करके मनाते हैं, हाँ, World Mangrove Day. And there is a PYQ in CLAT 2021 which had asked about largest mangrove forest of the world. Now please tell me, largest mangrove forest of the world. बताइए. उसी पर आर्टिकल इन्होंने लिखा है. सो ही हैज रिटन आर्टिकल अबाउट मैंग्रोव्स एटसेट्रा, है ना, डिजास्टर रिडक्शन, एडेप्टेशन थ्रू कार्बन सिक्वेस्ट्रेशन, कोस्टल फिशरीज. हाँ, सुंदरबन, राइट, प्रियांशी एंड कृषि सदेवा, वेरी गुड. हाँ, और द यूनाइटेड नेशन डेवलपमेंट प्रोग्राम एंड यूनेस्को इनिशिएटेड रीजन मैंग्रोव रिसर्च 1988. अच्छा, ये एमएस स्वामीनाथन साहब के बारे में लिखा. हु इज दिस पर्सन? एनीवन? हाँ, सुंदरबन इज द लार्जेस्ट डेल्टा एज वेल एज द लार्जेस्ट मैंग्रोव फॉरेस्ट ऑफ द वर्ल्ड. वेरी गुड. हु इज एमएस स्वामीनाथन सर? इन पर भी क्वेश्चन आया है. सो क्लैट, इफ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग, 2023 में क्वेश्चन आया था. 23 है या 24 में? 23 में आया था. हाँ, दैट C2+50 फॉर्मूला किसके द्वारा दिया गया? एंड अनदर क्वेश्चन वाज फादर ऑफ व्हीट रेवोल्यूशन इन इंडिया. बोथ आर इन क्लैट. दिस वाज आस्क्ड. बताते जाइए. सो मिस्टर एमएस स्वामीनाथन सर इज फादर ऑफ ग्रीन रेवोल्यूशन इन इंडिया. India, and father of green revolution at world level is Norman Borlaug. He was awarded Bharat Ratna. Very good, Priyanshi. So C2+50 formula is related with MSP. This formula is given by Swaminathan committee. So he under him a committee was set up. So the answer was Swaminathan committee, led by him. Okay. Father of wheat revolution in India is Dilbag Singh Athwal, है ना? While discussing it, तो इस तरह क्वेश्चन आपको पता होना चाहिए. PYQs पता होना चाहिए कि which type of question they had asked, है ना, किस तरह क्वेश्चन पूछा, क्यों पूछा. So these are the things. Yes, very good, Priyachi. हाँ, ठीक है. So we are talking about this. तो यहाँ पर this region मैंने बताया, this is Ganga that comes, Brahmaputra comes like this. This is Brahmaputra, also known as Yarlang Tsangpo in Tibet. This is Ganga. Both meets to form like this, splits. This triangular region is called as Sundarban Delta. And Sundarban mangrove forest, both are the largest, है ना, largest mangrove forest, largest delta. Why it is called as Sundarban? Because you will find Sundari tree here, है ना. यहीं पे आपको white tiger वगैरह दिखेंगे. So that is what you should know. हाँ, this is PYQ. CLAT 2021 से पूछा था. Jamuna River in Bangladesh, that is called Brahmaputra को. हाँ. So that is what he's talking about. मैं स्वामीनाथन ने प्रपोज किया था मैंग्रोव से रिलेटेड कुछ चीजें. ठीक है. अब इतना डिटेल तो मेरे ख्याल से पूछेंगे नहीं, they'll not ask. So अच्छा, मैंग्रोव फॉरेस्ट का बहुत काम होता है. It's very मैंग्रोव फॉरेस्ट you will find it in this coastal regions में, है ना. एंड मैंग्रोव फॉरेस्ट में देखो एक चीज क्या होता है, इट इज एक्चुअली एन एग्जांपल ऑफ इकोटोन. यू अंडरस्टैंड इकोटोन? Whenever two ecosystem meets, the place of mixture is called as ecotone, and here the biodiversity is higher because it contains the plants and animals of this ecosystem and this ecosystem as well. हाँ, सुंदरबन नेशनल पार्क वाइल्ड लाइफ सेंचुरी, यस, सुंदरबन नेशनल पार्क भी. हाँ, ठीक है. So that is why it is called as ecotone, having high biodiversity also. So first it has having more than average plants and animals. ठीक है. सेकेंड थिंग इज जो मैंग्रोव फॉरेस्ट होता है, इट एक्ट्स एज, जैसे साइक्लोन आ रहा है, यस, तो उसका शॉक एब्जॉर्बर की तरह काम करता है बिकॉज इट होल्ड्स द सॉइल, सो इट प्रिवेंट्स सॉइल इरोजन, प्रिवेंट्स कोस्टल इरोजन. ठीक है. और भी बहुत सारी चीजें होती है. सो दीस आर द थिंग्स, मैंग्रोव्स आर वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. ठीक है. तो इसको बता रहे साइक्लोन वगैरह में एज अ शॉक एब्जॉर्बर काम करता है, इकोलॉजिकली वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट होता है ना. सो दीस आर द थिंग्स बीइंग टॉक्ड अबाउट. इसमें और कुछ जानने का है? आई थिंक इतना डिटेल ही पूछेंगे. मैं स्वामीनाथन सर के बारे में बात हो रही है. ठीक है. ओके. हाँ, नेचुरल वर्ल्ड हेरिटेज साइट्स वगैरह भी है, यूनेस्को, बहुत कुछ है यूनेस्को, सुंदरबन. ठीक है. हाँ, तो वर्ल्ड मैंग्रोव फॉरेस्ट मैंग्रोव डे 26 जुलाई को होता है. और इंडिया स्टेट ऑफ फॉरेस्ट रिपोर्ट आती है. ये रिपोर्ट बहुत फेमस है, इंडिया स्टेट ऑफ फॉरेस्ट रिपोर्ट. एवरी 2 years दिस रिपोर्ट कम्स. दिस इज रिलीज्ड बाय फॉरेस्ट सर्वे ऑफ इंडिया व्हिच इज बेस्ड इन देहरादून, उत्तराखंड कैपिटल. ठीक है. तो इनका जो है, इन्होंने कहा इंडिया स्टेट ऑफ फॉरेस्ट रिपोर्ट दैट 0.15% ऑफ द इंडियाज एरिया इज एक्चुअली मैंग्रोव फॉरेस्ट. दैट इज व्हाट यू शुड बी नोइंग. ठीक है. तो इसी को ये कोट कर रहे हैं यहाँ पे. तो पूरे इंडिया का 0.15% जो है वो मैंग्रोव फॉरेस्ट है. और ये काफी हद तक इंप्रूव भी हुआ, वी हैव सीन, है ना. एज कंपेयर टू 2019, द लास्ट 4 years वी हैव सीन 16.68 किलोमीटर स्क्वायर इंक्रीज. हाँ, उसी रिपोर्ट में वो आता है 25.17% वाला, राइट. इस साल थीम क्या था? Why I'm discussing because CLAT 2021 they had asked 2 places, they had asked days and themes. तो हो सकता है दोबारा इस टाइप का क्वेश्चन पूछ ले. So here it is, coastal biodiversity and climate buffer was the theme this year. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Manipur, we have already made a video when Manipur chief minister had resigned, and after that the president rule was imposed in Manipur. Okay. So please watch this class. This is very important. You will get to know about the conflicts in Manipur. So you should watch this class. Okay? Now the second thing is, they are talking that recently we have seen that president rule once again. तो मतलब it has been extended again in Manipur. Has been extended by another 6 months from August 13. Now the thing is, they are saying it, this is again it is being criticized because of course you need to conduct an election, because if there is no chief minister, then of course there is no democratic government in the state of Manipur. It is being controlled by the governor. So they are saying it. They are quoting S.R. Bomai. It's very famous judgment regarding president rule. S.R. Bomai was actually the chief minister of Karnataka, I think in 1988. And this judgment came in 1990s, S.R. Bomai case. This judgment is related with the safeguards behind imposing president rule. There are a lot of restrictions that were put by the Supreme Court in this regard, as far as S.R. Bomai judgment is concerned. And this is the same judgment इसमें कहा था सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने. It said that secularism and federalism both are basic structure of the constitution, and hence it cannot be destroyed even by the constitutional amendment. Okay, this is a very famous judgment. This is being asked in the exam. That is why I am discussing it. कभी ऐसे पूछ लेते हैं. Okay, तो एसआर बोमई जजमेंट्स के बारे में आपने देखोगे, जुडिशियल रिव्यू फर्स्ट थिंग कि इफ द प्रेसिडेंट रूल इज इंपोज्ड, देन ऑफ कोर्स इट कैन बी चैलेंज्ड द जुडिशरी. Floor test has to be done if the in the assembly, that is the if there is a government which has been removed by president rule, then there has to be a floor test whether the government has majority or not. So Manipur वाले केस में तो they had himself resigned, है ना, so etc. and all. But generally floor test has to be conducted. Secularism is a basic structure and federalism is a basic structure. इसमें नहीं लिखा, but you should know, Federalism is a basic structure. Both were set by the Supreme Court. Okay. So, these are the things being. The judiciary can even restore the government if it has been removed in an illegal way. Okay. So these are the things being talked about. Ministry blocks 24 OTT platform. This is very important, and it was very much required also. So there is Information Technology Act 2000. Under it, IT rules were made so that the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology can regulate the content. So it met with Home Ministry, Ministry of Women, Child and Development, Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, Department of Legal Affairs, FICCI, CII. All these people met and they decided that since there are a lot of vulgar contents that is being shown on the OTT, so it needs to be regulated, of course, and that is why they have decided to regulate it. In fact, they should have come earlier, because of course these are the things which are harmful to the society. Let's move on to the next one. Here be important factually. PM Modi overtakes Indira, clocks second longest continuous stint as the Prime Minister. So आप देखोगे, so the longest serving Prime Minister till date is Jawaharlal Nehru ji, 16 years, 286 days. Okay, Indira Gandhi ji 11 years, 59 days. ठीक है, कंटिन्यूअस टर्म मतलब समझ होना, टोटल 15 इयर्स कैसे रही थी? एक तो 1966 से 77 रही, 11 साल यहाँ हुआ, फिर 1980 से 84 रही, ठीक है, 2 टाइम्स. So longest एक बार में, so ये वाला है, this one is 1966 to 77, that 11 years, one in one go. So PM Modi has been the third one, है ना, 11 years 60 days. तो हाँ, अब ये second पे आ जाएंगे, है ना, he will come in the second because he has beaten Indira Gandhi ji. So first, continuous की बात करें तो, okay, so when it comes to continuous, this is first, this is second, and this is third. But when it comes to total prime ministership, this is first, this is second, and this is third. Is it clear? ये समझ में आ रहा है? Because से क्वेश्चन आ सकता है, मे बी ऐसा घुमा दे. So this has to be clear. Total और उसमें फर्क है split में ना, continuous में. Operation Sindoor continues, need to be alert at all times. So Operation Sindoor पे we have made this video. Please watch it, and we have made videos on this. INS Vikrant also. Please watch it. These two are related with Operation Sindoor. Okay. ये तो मैंने डिस्कस कर लिया ऑलरेडी, है ना. Yes, Thailand Cambodia conflict is happening. So अब इस वीक में तो I have already planned the session. So next week में most likely I will schedule a class because I think this is also important. Cambodia Thailand conflict. Okay. So this is all about today's class. Please subscribe to our channel, press the like button, share this video. Thank you everyone. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.